Hey guys, and welcome to NTI Days 11 through 20. I'm sure you are as excited as I am. Hopefully, you are missing us at least part of as much as we are missing you guys. So, here in pre algebra, we are going to move on to a new unit, but we are going to move very, very slowly, very slowly. Okay. We are going to move into our volume unit. And with our volume unit, we are going to learn how to find the volume of various geometric figures. And for the first 2 days, we are going to focus solely on cylinders, only on cylinders. So this video is for days 11 and 12 only. And I'm going to walk you through your assignments for days 11 and 12 and give you a quick introduction to this information. Okay? So if you want to follow along with these slides, you can, but I'm going to go through them here in the video, but you also have the slides available to you as a reference as well. So the first thing you're going to do, hopefully you clicked this link. That is how you are watching this video. After the video and after the practice, you're going to take your exit slip. It's only 3 questions. And then for day 12, tomorrow, you're going to complete your IXL 810 or 8T10 to 80. Okay, so complete IXL 8T10 to 80. We will be available for a Google Hangout on day 12. So if you need any help tomorrow when you're doing your IXL, please don't hesitate to join your Google Hangout or to reference back to this video if you need it. Okay? All right, let's get started. So, volume of cylinders. A cylindrical stack of coins is shown below. The dimensions of an individual coin are shown as well. So it's kind of like saying we took some pennies or dimes or quarters and we stacked them up. Kind of like these quarters right here. So see how I have a stack of quarters? And when I stack those quarters up, they make a cylinder. Now, if I take one of those quarters, so just one of them, and I took the dimensions of that coin, could we find out the space taken up by all of the coins when they are stacked up together? And the answer is yes, we could. So what you could do is you could find the area of one coin, and then you could multiply it by the total stack of the coins to find out just how much space all of the coins take up. So what is volume? And it's probably been a while since you touched on volume in your math classes, so we're going to kind of go through that real quick. Volume is the amount of 3-dimensional space. That is beautiful. Let's try that again. That was not beautiful at all. The amount of 3-dimensional space occupied by an object. Volume can also be referred to as capacity. Think about like how certain restaurants have a max capacity, how elevators have a max capacity. If you had some sort of liquid you're pouring in a can, that can would have a max capacity. So what we're looking is how much liquid could you fit into that can? That would be the volume. So to find the volume of a cylinder, we are going to multiply the area of the base by the height of the cylinder. So V is going to represent volume of the cylinder. B is going to represent the area of the base. And H is going to represent the height between the bases. Remember, it's not always the vertical height, meaning up and down. If the cylinder is laying on its side, so kind of like if I think of this pin as almost like a really long cylinder, and I lay it on the side, the distance between the bases, here's a base and here's a base, is the height. Okay? So the base of a cylinder will always be a circle. So to find the area of the base, we use the formula pi r squared, where pi is equal to 3.14. Okay? Because that is how we find the area of a circle. So all we have to do is multiply it by the height, kind of like our coins. If we found the area of one coin, we could multiply it by the height to find out the entire volume or the entire space taken up by all of the coins. All right, let's do an example. All right, number 1. So we're going to find the volume of this cylinder. So our formula is volume equals, switch over my pen, volume equals pi, which is 3.14, radius squared times the height. So that is our formula. So write that down right now because you'll need that for your exit slip and your IXLs. So volume is equal to pi r squared, where pi is 3.14. R is the radius. Remember, the radius is half the distance in a circle. So if I have a circle here, this is the radius. The red line is the radius. And this green line is the diameter. So if you are given the diameter, you'll need to divide it in half. All right, so pi is 3.14. R is the radius. The radius is 6, so 6 squared. If you already know what 6 squared is, you could put it. 6 squared is 36. Then you multiply it by your height. Remember, the height is the distance between the two bases. So here's one base, it's the circles. So here's one base, and here's the other base. So it's always going to be the distance between the two bases. So in your calculator, you would do 3.14 times 6 squared times 4, and you should get 452.16. And we always do volume in cubed, so inches cubed. Okay? Let's do one more. For this one, we have a couple of extra steps. Erase that there. All right, formula. So our formula is going to be the same. Volume equals pi r squared height. Then we plug in our values. Pi is 3.14. Our radius, remember, our radius is halfway across our base. Our base is 8 centimeters in diameter, so we have to divide that in half. So our radius is going to be 4 centimeters. So our radius is going to be 4 centimeters, and we're going to square that. 4 squared is, go ahead and say it, 16. And then our height, remember our height is our distance between the bases. So let me do that in a different color here. Our height is going to be our distance between the bases. So here is your base. So it's our distance between them. So our height is 10. So you're going to multiply them together. 3.14. So volume equals 3.14 times 16 times 10. And your volume is, drum roll, 502.4 centimeters cubed. Okay. All right. I would like for you to try this one on your own. So what I want you to do right now, pause the video, try it by yourself, then unpause the video to see if you got it correct. Okay. Pause. Hopefully you unpaused because I wanted you to practice it by yourself to see if you got it correct. So the radius here is 5. So we have 3.14 because its volume equals pi r squared height. 3.14 times 5 squared, which is 25, times 2.5 feet. And your answer is 196.25 feet cubed. Okay? All right. So what I want you guys to do now is try to take your exit slip. It is 3 multiple choice questions. So try working on your exit slip, and I'll be available if you have questions after you watch this pre-recorded video, and then your assignment for day 12. So if you want to go ahead and start on it now, you can, but it is not due until the end of the day tomorrow. Is IXL 8T10 280. I'll be available tomorrow with a Google Hangout. If you have questions, make sure you let me know or email me if you have any other questions. Okay? Thanks, guys. The awkward 5 seconds it takes me to stop the video.